Welcome to another Unmuted with Marsha. And I think you're going to enjoy this one. You know, that San Jose State women's volleyball team has really been the center of attention this season. And a transgender female is on the team. And this has caused multiple forfeited matches by their opponents. Spartans team captain Brooke Slusser sued the NCAA over the presence of her transgender teammate in personal spaces, such as the women's locker room. My guest today has witnessed this firsthand. San Jose State women's volleyball coach Melissa Batie-Smoose. I am so thrilled that you are with us today, and I am so looking forward to this. Let's get right into these issues. Now, you were suspended indefinitely after filing a Title IX complaint. And I would like for you to talk a little bit about that, why you did it, and then the repercussions that have come from this.
Yes, I want to go back to talking just briefly because I think a lot of people do not know this. I was hired by San Jose State in January of 23 without the knowledge that there was a male transgender on the team. I moved my whole family across the country and changed I was coaching in Connecticut and I've been coaching for 33 years in collegiate sports. So, with that, I think that was not being told, and then also that was one of the reasons why Brooke Slusser was not informed as well when she was transferring to come play at San Jose State, and was not told even that she was going to be rooming with a male and playing on a team with a male. So we were all, and then once we were informed, we were silenced and threatened to not say anything.
Okay.
So,
Well, in August, I sent the NCAA a letter that touched on some of these issues because we should have women's sports for women. They should be for female, biologically female athletes. So, where where is the NCAA in this? And then why should they support that policy of having women's sports for women?
well, that's the whole reason why also I joined the lawsuit as well as Brooke Susser with 19 other women that previously have played collegiate sports and that were suing the NCAA because their laws are allowing transgender to play in women's sports, where we want to keep women's sports for women and women's equality, and so that's the fight we're fighting, and it has to get changed at the highest levels in the Supreme Court, and also so that the NCAA is forced to make those laws and those changes.
What is the morale of the players on the San Jose volleyball team?
Well, I was removed about a month
Yeah.
ago. Up until that point, I could speak on, it's been very difficult. It's very stressful. I think that Brooke Slusser made a very big point. Like a lot of people, and myself included, to even come to work and come to practice, you had to make yourself like numb because of all the things that were going on. And if you were going to just like make it through that day, in an area that you weren't being supported, you weren't being protected. The support was only for one, the biological male, and was not supporting the women, and we were being silenced.
I saw where you had said safety was being taken away from women. I think that's a direct quote. How do the other players feel? Or I should say, how do the players that you have coached, how do they feel about the safety issue when it comes to having a transgender, a biological male on their team?
Yes, it's definitely a concern. I mean, first of all, in men's volleyball, the net is higher, and men jump higher. They're more physical. They're faster. They're stronger, and that's just facts. And so, it always is a concern. That a male playing against women on a women's net, that that there isn't fair competition or fair safety in that, and there are that was the concern for the team and the teams that forfeited against us, and I think that it was a concern for all teams playing us. It's just some chose to, they were not being supported to not play us, and they felt the same things. There was a lot of teams that, behind the scenes were saying they didn't want to play us, but then they played us.
Yeah. You've touched on fair play, and that is one of the things that I think is so important because, as you're pointing out, they lose that experience because of forfeitures, and then they don't have that camaraderie on the team. What are other coaches, female coaches, saying to you about this loss of safety, this loss of fair play, this loss of experience for biological females?
Since this, and from what I know, I'm the only coach that has come out and spoke on this, and rightfully so. I lose my job over this and speaking out for what's right. But I've had an outcry of like support behind the scenes in, all over the world, and coaches, non-coaches. But I think it's very hard seeing what I've gone through, for coaches to give up their careers and speak out, even though they 100% agree with what I'm doing and supporting.
Well, we certainly appreciate having you come on to Unmuted today. This is an issue that we have heard so much about in Tennessee from people that are concerned because they want young women to have the ability to learn how to be a part of a team and play and excel and get scholarships and increase their education. And they're very concerned that there will be a loss of that opportunity for girls and women in sports. So, thank you so much for joining us today. To our audience, thank you
Yeah,
for listening in and being a part of Unmuted with Marsha. You will always find me on social media at Marsha Blackburn. And Coach, we appreciate you. Thanks so
thank you.
much.
Okay, bye.